Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Abachi. This is episode 164. I'm here today with Rob on the page. What up, y'all?
So,
All right. Start off with the Miami Heat life alert. I remember we had to talk about this for the last one. Now we back at it again. Oh, y'all Miami Heat fans look real quiet right now. Yeah, it was y'all should have won that last game. They put my man Jokic in foul trouble. They tried to rush, try to do everything they could for Miami to win. Still wasn't enough. Aaron Gordon, what he put up, like 26. Anytime Aaron Gordon put up 26 on you, you know you're gonna lose. So this might be it for the Heat. It's sad the NBA ends on Monday. Glad we got WNBA basketball to watch. Yeah, Rod, I said it. This series is over. But yeah, man, I'll let Paige start. I know she rooting for the Heat playoffs. So what's your thoughts, Paige? Y'all on life alert or y'all got hope?
I don't really have a lot of hope. You going to Denver to finish the series out. I think this Monday, I agree. Like, this is it. There's nothing else that they can possibly do to win out the entire series over the Nuggets. Like, no way.
Yes, it was a good run for y'all. Damn, it's so great. But I tried. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice little run for y'all. Y'all tried to put in y'all, what? Gabe Vincent had a good game too. After that it was a wrap. I had him on one of my tickets to get 10 points. I don't even think he got two last game, which is crazy. But Rob, what you think?
I honestly think that they win in Denver this next game, but it ends in Miami. It's gonna be a party in South Beach for the Nuggets. Hurts my heart. I think Jimmy Butler is now gonna elevate to my second on my list of players I really wish would win a ring, and I don't think they'll ever get one, right behind AI. Right above Westbrook. I really want Westbrook to get a ring, but I don't see that happening for him. So yeah, it was it was a real good playoffs. This was a real good NBA season as a whole. Like, a lot of funny moments, a lot of dramatic moments. The Heat, they were the eighth seed, so like no matter how it ends, like all the respect in the world to them. And if the Nuggets do, I saw an interesting stat. If the Nuggets win, this will be the first Western Conference team not from Texas or California since 1979.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn, Rob, we went to the archives. Rashawn, what you think?
Yeah, you probably see if my face is over. Tomorrow night just be more of a formality. Only thing I do want to see, I'd like to see Udonis get a couple of minutes. I know he's going in retirement, so that'd be kind of cool. Like you said, Rod, it'd be cool if that could happen in South Beach, but I don't see him making it back.
Not at all, champ. Rod, really got too much hope in these guys. Think they're gonna take it win. And I mean, they might try to get some more money out of it, so you never know.
I mean, Jimmy due for like a wild game. If you could put up 56 against Milwaukee, you could crack 40 against Denver one time.
I don't think so. Milwaukee, and I granted they had two good defenders, but I just the way that Denver switches off the pick and roll, the 1 through 5 is like crazy. That's why I thought, like, obviously they had the better matchup when they played Boston with the pick and roll. They was able to exploit the pick and roll defense of Boston. Obviously Marcus Smart, a great defender, but he went like 6'2". Then you change that with Jamal Murray to 6'6". Caldwell Pope, 6'6", I think, as well. And you got Porter 6'10", Aaron Gordon 6'9", and you got Jokic. It's like they can switch everything, so it's kind of hard to try to exploit them off the pick and roll like they used to do with the Bam and Jimmy off that pick and roll they did against Boston. So, and then obviously their undrafted guys just have been playing like literally undrafted guys. But the time when they was playing way above their level, I guess you could say, of their skill level. But respect out to those guys: Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson. But I think, like, with that, what I was about to say, I just think that situation. Obviously, they were talking about bringing Tyler Hero back, and I was just sitting there looking like, why why would y'all think Tyler Hero's come back with a broken hand? I mean, obviously the NBA Finals, but I was like, I wouldn't even risk it because y'all not winning with him even if he comes back. So
bring that man back. If it go wrong, he got a whole offseason to heal, and he want to hoop. Ain't no hooper going to be like, no, I don't want to play. So bring him in.
But I feel like that's gonna hurt them more than that would even help them, because that puts a liability on the court at that point.
Defensively, they need some offense.
Nah, once I saw him in that bucket, I was like, nah, he ain't trying to come back. That's a wrap. That was a flag right there. Next year.
Yeah, that shit crazy. But what's the next genre? So I guess we can talk about the Zion-Moriah Mills. It's clear that my man Zion, he don't got no OGs in his circle, because like I didn't see what he saw in her. Like
I can tell you what he saw.
I mean, bro, it was a BBL though. It was like it wasn't even no naturally grown zone. It was like, and then and another thing is, man, you gotta like, I don't know. It's like it gotta be like a class or mentorship in this. Like, be wise to the women you choose as an NBA or pro athlete, because like you gotta mess with somebody that got something to lose. Because like clearly had nothing to lose. Like you on social media just airing all this stuff out, and then like constantly just posting stuff. I'm like, I was starting to think she had a mental illness. Like she was just talking to herself at that point. I'm like, Shorty, what is you doing?
I've seen worse. Don't forget what happened to PJ Washington. I've seen worse.
I mean, but PJ Washington even younger. And I mean, at least Renner. I mean, I can't say she. I mean, yeah, she got like a nice little. I guess you could say resume. I'm trying to find her right now. She got some clout. I mean, I guess Mariah Mills like an IG John. And then all these other ones came out the woodwork. If somebody, I guess, supposed to another girl, somebody was like, "This is the joint that Zion should have been with," and she was like, "Yeah, I curved it." It's like, yo, he's down bad. But
you said Mariah Mills was an IG. You don't know who Mariah Mills is.
I don't, because that's why.
She a porno star, bro. She's a woman with a particular set of skills. Word to Liam Neeson.
I thought she looked but but I mean, shit. Pornhub, IG, same shit now. Everybody got the OnlyFans John popping at this point. I mean, it's a nice little bag, so I ain't knocking nobody hustle. But just you guys, I bet at this point you gotta be mindful, especially you making all that money. You gotta be mindful of the George you messing with. Then you already got another John pregnant, but they exploited her. Was on there. She was out there wilding out with Boozy or something. I'm like, this man would be picking the random Johns, but he young though, so I can't.
But to be honest though, like I don't think it's fair to have everybody trying to make it seem like he wilding for the people he like. Like that's really like, if you really want to be honest, there's a lot of men in these professions like that's the type of woman that they like.
Yeah.
And like they clowning on him because he got caught, but really on their end, they doing the same shit. So it's like, yeah, it's funny. Like it's just funny because he's so young and he's so big. He has to have a woman like that, I feel like.
Yeah, they better start teaching him how to get these NDA signs. So like, at least if somebody go off on you like that, at least you can sue him and get your bread.
Yeah.
I mean, his PR team working hard for him.
They should have got her profile like banned on Twitter or something. Like they got Trump or something, because she been at it for 5-6 days now. I'm like, damn, she don't take no break. It's like a marathon with her.
She still got it.
Yeah,
I never looked.
Like she still tweeted at John. Like she talking about like he sent her an invoice like 250K, and she showed like text message. I was like, oh, he was drawing for even texting her. Because at this point, that's just gonna make it worse. She was like, yeah, you're not my king. I'm like, oh boy.
Women are weird though.
Yeah.
That's wild. But I mean, it happens though. I don't even know why it's a big deal. Paul George got a stripper pregnant. Like it happens.
No, it's not that. It's just like she went on I wouldn't say young boy because I don't know how old she is, but like how she was carrying it was like highly immature. Like you on Twitter, I'm like, all right, I get it.
Like 34.
Yeah, it's like she's 30. Oh, that's crazy. But it's like that reminds you of somebody else to be like immature at that age.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
I'm gonna chill though. But no, it's like it's just like no, I don't care if she porn star or video vixen or nothing like that. But it's like you got to mix with a joint that got something to lose if like she do this. Like obviously she don't really got nothing to lose. Like you, what's another joint that was a porn star that was like Jada Fire? You won't see her doing nothing crazy like this. Or what's the other joint? Lacey Duvall. All right, I'm gonna chill though. But
my man just emptied it. Rob just emptied the clip. Like,
Right. I mean, you know it all, Rob. What's up?
I mean,
Like, tell us something. Like you over here talking
sheesh.
about Zion. I'm starting to think.
Hey, oh no, Zion. See Zion, you got to get them NDAs, man. That's where you messed
Yeah,
up.
bad. Yeah, bad.
Before they do nothing with it, you got like you sign here, sign here. Like, and then she was showing how you cashed out and all that. And it's like, I mean, obviously you do whatever you want with your bread, but then you got another joint pregnant. It's like, yo, somebody ain't mentoring you, right, bro? You just out here wilding. Like, you got. I mean, obviously you used to right joint. It's cool to go crazy, empty the clip. But if it's some joint like you just like vibe with, it's like, nah, bro. Because especially at that point in his career, like you early on in your career, obviously getting bread, they see a dollar sign, he young minded, he probably don't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I think Brittany Renner did like a class on that at like Jackson State, like how like these like Dixon just be finessing these new people coming in the league because they know they don't know no better. So
and she did. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me though. I know, me personally, I can't see myself like going raw inside of a porn star. But if I was in the league and I got a stripper pregnant, you don't be surprised. Like that's all.
damn, that's
Crazy.
not bad, man.
I want more for you men. I really do. I really desire more for you.
When you got that status and like people are throwing themselves at you like that, you bound to fall for something.
No, but that's how you be getting caught up and stuff, man.
Boo, y'all weak. Boo, 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 tomato.
No, this ain't a y'all. Oh, I'm not gonna get at it.
You gotta be honest with yourself. Or if you was in the music industry and like a low level R&B singer threw themselves at you, you probably gonna take it. Like it's just the reality.
I mean, maybe when I was like younger, but like older, like I'm not old now, I'm like 29, but it's like we older now. It's like you gotta be mindful who you like rocking with because the energy could beat off. Then you have a kid with them. Now you got like deal with the rest of your life. So it's like if you don't want to deal with it for the rest of your life, strap up, G. Or
he got Zion. They both pregnant, right? Like both.
Oh, it's just one pregnant, and the other one got mad because she got mad that she didn't know about her and found out, I guess, because he posted a picture on IG, and I was like, oh, he was playing with fire. But
she said, he better hope she's not pregnant. All right.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's just talking. She's talking at this point.
Yeah, she let her emotions run high and just. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Shorty ain't saying nothing. I mean, she probably a little bit more mature than her though. I know she probably going off on Zion now. But then again, I'm like in my mind, I'm like she can't have not known about this other girl. It's like sometimes you saying they don't know, but I'm like, women intuition is like second to none. Like she had to know something, bro. Like, something was off, but some she might know like was cool with it. I mean,
she let this man come to the baby shower with a shirt on that said, "I'm only here so I don't get yelled at." Like, be for real.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's okay with that. That's I mean, unless they the idea they was like, hey, let's come here. I don't know, but I don't think no woman would sign off on that. So
got some growing up to do.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely got some growing up to do.
Yeah.
He like 22. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody. Oh man, Zion seems older than that. He seems like he been in the league forever, man. What year is this?
Like I think year 4 for him.
Year 4, man.
Whatever year John, they in the same year.
He only played like probably 1 year of it, like full season or close to the full season because he's been injured all the time. But I don't know, man. He's supposed to be out there recovering, so he'd be ready for the season. He out there knocking off, the video vixen porn star Johns. It's crazy.
that mean he healthy. He'll be back next year.
Oh boy,
when Zion ready.
But how many games he gonna play is the real question.
Oh shit! Yeah, you gotta start. Somebody need to put in his next contract. Don't be messing with these young lefts. You don't got an NDAs. If not, like trade or something. Because I don't know. Somebody got to put something in his clause for him to some common sense.
Yeah.
But, maybe CJ McCollum need to talk some sense to him since he likes kind of obviously the vet over there now. But yeah, let's jump into the thoughts on Frank Vogel signing with the Phoenix Suns. I'll let you start off, Rod. You had the pleasure of having Frank Vogel as your coach. What you thinking about that?
Defensive-minded coach. with a not so defensive roster. That's going to be interesting to see. Like when he was with my Lakers, AD obviously a defensive stalwart when he wants to be and when he's healthy. This ain't that. He's not going to that in Phoenix, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, you get a ring, you get opportunities. I personally would not hire Frank Vogel as a coach if I was any team. Not a terrible coach, just not a needle mover either. So
Yeah.
Good luck to the Suns. It's probably my third most hated team. So I wish them nothing but doom and gloom anyway. So good job by them.
That's crazy.
That is.
And they cut CP3. Like you don't cut CP3, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that was coming. I mean, because they weren't being able to trade him because nobody was taking it on that crazy contract. I think he might resign back to me, or at least attempt to resign him back, but at like a much cheaper price, probably like a veteran minimum or maybe a little bit mid-level, John. But I think they might at least try to bring him back, but not at the level of the contract he was at, because I wasn't paying that either for CP3 because playoffs come, he always get injured. So I thought it was a smart move by them financially wise. It would be a dumb move if they let him go entirely, but I think they're gonna try to at least give him like a 1 year. I would say around that $3 to $5 million a year deal, maybe like a 1 or 2 year. But what you think on it, Paige?
I honestly think the Suns are just kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. It's like, honestly, CP3, yeah, I agree. A great financial move because there's no reason for y'all to be paying him if he's not producing what y'all expected him to do, whether it's physically or being a veteran on the court. Like, if that's what we have to do, we have to do. And honestly, I don't know. Do you really think that they will sign him back? You really think that he would morally do that? Because it seemed like to him, he's more concerned about how people are viewing how his daughter is being teased.
Oh well, I mean, if that's the case, yeah, he definitely gone because you gotta protect family bit first. But the only way I see him leaving, I mean, obviously, of course, outside of his daughter issue. But I mean, obviously, sadly, I'm not saying that's just a Phoenix thing. I think it's just I think the NBA need to do a better job of protecting players' families. I think Russ family had some issues when he was in Utah.
Yeah, his wife and stuff, his family.
Yeah,
Utah's racist. So
yeah, but it's just like
Utah, Boston. Yeah,
it's just the fact that, and then DeRozan's they was messing with DeRozan's daughter when he went back to Toronto. It's like I feel like the NBA need to have like obviously they say they got no time for fans acting out with players. I mean, one thing acting out with the players, and one thing you messing with somebody's kid is like a different level of low. And which me personally, I think that should be obviously an all-time ban from any sports arena.
Especially as a grown man.
Yeah,
someone's kid or an adult in general.
Yeah, or just that, and then just like probably like a fine or like some. I don't believe in like the
people don't know limits.
That's with the cops, but there gotta be some legal action taken as well because that's like it's kind of like some bullying or harassment to me.
Yeah.
It's something, but
it's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely think the NBA should be strict in their policies with that. So let these fans know. Sometimes you gotta do the most for that one person that did it. So all these other fans be like, oh, like be headed like scared to do it at the next point because they're like, oh damn, they gave this guy like a crazy like lifetime ban from all sports arenas.
Make an example out of somebody else.
Yeah, like they try to do my man John Morant. I mean, he deserved it though. He did it secondly. I'm like, bro. But yeah, so my fault, Rashawn. What you think about the Frank Vogel signing?
Are we good? Nah, it just for me is like I'm trying to figure out what is Phoenix's identity. I feel like they was kind of forming with Monty Williams. You saw, of course they had the scoring, but had a little toughness about him. And then once they let him go and got Frank Vogel, I'm like, what does he bring? I mean, I know he's a championship caliber coach, but again, I'm not. I saw it and kept scrolling. So they need to find an identity. I know they're gonna try to make some moves of free agency, letting CP3 go. So I guess I can say for me, the jury's still out. I want to see how they kind of piece things together over the summer and see if they form any type of identity moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the best coach for the Suns and my Sixers was Mark Jackson. I feel like he doesn't get a second credit. Obviously, Mark Jackson is viewed in the NBA as highly religious, and I mean I don't really see nothing wrong with that. Obviously, other people might feel that. but I feel like you got to have some type of spirituality no matter what type of religion you follow, especially as an athlete, in NBA or just any sport. You're going to have some trying times with injuries, might have like marriage issues or whatever. You have to have some faith, like talk to somebody. I mean, you can't just always talk to your family, friend, or therapist. Like you got to have a relationship with God, Allah, or Buddha, whoever you serve. So I don't see the issue with that. I really wanted the Sixers. Obviously, he hadn't got interviewed. I saw Doc Rivers was on the finalist for the Suns, which is crazy to me. Frank Vogel, I mean, that was like a step down from Monty Williams.
I say, why is that crazy? Because I'd have picked Doc over Frank Vogel.
Oh, I mean, Doc know how to choke in big games. Frank Vogel, outside of having LeBron, I don't think he really was a good coach at all.
Exactly.
I just like Mark Jackson. Like Nick Nurse, I would have rather they took him because I didn't want Nick Nurse in Philly. He's already getting crucified by these Philly reporters, and I see he's not about that.
He's such a good coach. I don't know why all the Sixers fans I talk to are not excited. He's such a good coach.
We need a coach that's gonna be like no nonsense, no BS, and he doesn't seem like that coach. I feel like it's a downgrade from Doc. I wanted Mark Jackson, at least for NBA to bring him back. I don't know why they don't. Obviously, outside of him being a passer, but his stuff was like it wasn't even like he wasn't. Well, from what I've heard, he wasn't like forcing people in Golden State to go to the chapel. It was like optional, and obviously Steph was already big spiritually anyway. So I don't understand why all these people are shying away from. Maybe some more that hasn't been disclosed outside of it being super religious. But
I mean, talking about hitting LeBron's wife on TV probably didn't help.
Oh my God! I hear that.
Whoa!
Out of pocket.
What do you say? He said, "I knock it out the park" or something like that. We a wild bull.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, my man. Then what else? What else happened? So yeah, that was that was the coach I wanted. I don't think Frank Vogel is going to do well in Phoenix, like you said, defensive minded coach. You got Booker's an offensive minded guy. KD is a sleeper for defense, but he's obviously more of a bucket. But his defense has gotten significantly better over the years. They're trying to.
He might be their best defense. He might be their best defensive player, and that's saying something.
I would say Aiden, but they trying to trade. I was just about to say they probably trading their best defensive anchor in Aiden. Obviously, they got to in order to clear up some cap space. Me personally, I think if they with them dropping Paul and either try to give him to that minimum, but I think they're gonna try to make a run at Kyrie or James Harden, in my opinion. So I think that's why the Chris Paul thing happened.
Still no defense.
Yeah, bad to square one.
James Harden probably can play his style of play because he keep complaining about it. But the other thing is, people keep talking about who the Suns' point guard are going to be. And people forget that Devin Booker played a lot of point guard, especially in the playoffs, to pick up the tempo. Because obviously, you got Chris Paul, aging Chris Paul. No disrespect for him, definitely Hall of Famer. But he was just older now. He can't move as fast as he used to. So he was learning it like on the fly. They had to play off ball. And he's just injury prone. So I mean, I don't think they lose much at the point guard. They don't retain Chris. I think Devin Booker is a highly good candidate for them to run. They might need to find another two guard there, which may be James. Well, James Harden is a point guard, but maybe they find somebody like a Kyrie that's obviously is labeled as a point guard, but to me is really an undersized two guard because he's just a prolific scorer and crazy handle. But yeah, I guess we jumped to our last topic with the sports betting affected NFL rosters. I'll let Rashawn start it off.
Yeah, well, you just see with sports betting NFL, these teams getting ravages. Looking at the lines, I think they lost about like 4 or 5 receivers, so it's a problem. And you think about the way everybody bet. You got your group of friends, people you trust, or even certain people you do leagues with every year. That's what's happening. At the professional level also. So my question is, how's the league going to get a handle on it? Can they get a handle on it, or did they, they stepped into bed with these sports books? So now, here's the end game. So
yeah,
I don't know what y'all think.
I mean, I think, obviously you got, with FanDuel, you got your account and everything, but people can get their friends to bets in for him and all that. But like the situation with like Calvin really, the ref, well, Rod, Tim Donahue, he went to my graduated from my high school, Cardinal O'Hara. Like what he was doing back in the day, as the NBA ref, he was like literally throwing games and making crazy calls to win money. Like what you talking about over there with like Jameson Williams, that wide receiver over there with the Lions. I think they were betting on NBA games, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm trying to figure out like it's got to be some point where they draw the line and like, all right, okay, you can't bet on NBA, on NFL games or bet on this game that you play a sport in. But I'm like, if you bet on another sport, like why is you penalizing somebody for that? I get it, you're a professional athlete, but at the end of the day, they still human.
Right.
I feel like you should still be able to do like some of the stuff like everyday people do, as long as it's not in your sport.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be something that's gonna be revised because that it don't make sense. Like if I play basketball and I'm betting on MLB, what like really be for real? Like what can I really affect here?
Yeah, that's the thing because I was like, sometimes I feel like some of these leagues be enforcing too much power, which I feel like some of these states be going to arbitration so they get like a third party that's like non-biased to handle situations of this matter. Because I feel like the NFL, or mainly NFL, Roger Goodell. Sometimes you get hear some of the NBA don't hear too much. Obviously, they was a little bit over with the anti-drug, but then they finally dropped that with Adam Silver coming. But NFL always been on like power driven with Goodell always doing the absolute most for no reason. Like you suspended Calvin Ridley for the whole season. I get it. Like you want to set an example, but I feel like you penalizing a man for betting on a game. You gave somebody a whole season suspension when you giving players that beating up on women like 6 games, 6 8 games. Like that don't make sense to me. Like I get it. They gambling on the game. And then it wasn't like he was gambling on the game and trying to like point shave or lose on purpose. He was betting on them to win, which was crazy to me because I'm like, he's just throwing away free money because you're on the Atlanta Falcons, bro. But but it was just crazy to me. Like y'all chastise gambling on sports more than men beating up on women. So I mean, that says a lot about the NFL and Roger Goodell to me. But yeah, he probably gonna get canceled. But yeah, so but it's I just don't understand that. It's weird to me. But what was you about to say, Rod?
Didn't the Eagles just draft somebody who like killed somebody driving or something like that from Georgia?
Oh yeah, Jalen Carter. He was a good number one.
Carter, yeah.
What, 10?
Yeah, NFL, the whole integrity argument is out the window. You know, it's about talent, it's about getting paid,
out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they pick and choose because they want to be stern on, but also they just look the other way. It's like if you're gonna be strong on one thing, be strong on everything else too.
Right.
Yeah. It is worth wondering, like, outside of Calvin Ridley, like all these other guys, rookie contracts, low-level players, not even that well-known of players. Jameson Williams, like we know him, but rookie contract, not getting paid that much. So they make a lot of money regardless, but it's crazy. It makes you wonder, like, do they feel like they're not making enough? Because what are you betting for other than money? Like,
I don't even think it's that. I think they just, sometimes some people just do that like gambling stuff for the thrill. Or, some people might be skilled at it and just like gambling. Me personally, I think they're just doing it for the thrill. Like, I'm gonna put bread on this team or whatever. Or they might be like, some people just like gambling on sports. So I don't feel like if you're a professional athlete, you should be penalized to be a professional athlete. And now, I mean, obviously not gambling in a sport that you in, but I don't feel like you should penalize not to be able to gamble in other sports. Because it's everyday. If the everyday person can do it, I'm like, why not? Why can't they do it? As long as they, only thing I can think of, they probably like, oh, well, they know these players, they can tell them throw games, or I don't know, something like that. But I'm like, to the point, I don't think no NBA players like real close with no MLB or whatever. Or made, and I mean, they could be, but it's like it's not like super closeness. So
they're not gonna listen anyway. Like you're not betting that much to tell somebody go ahead strike out every time you go up to bat. Like
that's like nah. I throw you $600K if you throw.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah,
but that was a good topic though. Hopefully these leagues ease up on that and let these players be able to gamble in other sports outside of what they do. So, well, yeah. Did y'all want to add anything else?
I do. I got a bunch of stuff to add. Shout out to the other sports. The WNBA has been really exciting this year. It's looking like an Aces Liberty collision course for the finals, but nonetheless, good to see Brittany Griner back. Kalia Cooper's always fun to watch. WNBA has been lit. Hockey was lit this year, even though I think the Golden Knights are up 3-1. That series is probably over. Miami down bad. Both these teams are down 3-1, I just realized. And baseball been cool too. I can't call out anything specific about baseball, but I wanted to show love to the other sports because we usually cover like basketball, football, so I figured I'd throw them in there.
Yeah, man. Damn. I didn't know Joe Lloyd was back.
She's driving like 28 a game, but the Storm, they trash.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked. Damn, she put up 16. Damn, I didn't know she was back, bro. Bro, I'm about to lose off of that to you. That's crazy. But
I was looking at your roster today, and then I looked at Seattle roster, and I'm like, Seattle got
why you wearing on my
Jewel.
roster, champ?
Oh, bro, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to go undefeated. I think I was undefeated last year when I won the chip. I'm trying to do that again. I technically have never lost a WNBA like fantasy match. So
bro, this is second year, bro. Like,
all right.
That's why you said
2 years. Huh?
That's why you said technically.
Hey, 2 years undefeated. That sounds good. No matter how many games you played in it or whatever.
I'm sucking it now. I got to ridiculous.
I won in the other league. Now I got to win in this league too. So,
Rashawn, you in the league?
I'm in there.
All right. I don't know how your team doing offhand. Paige, I don't think you got no wins yet. You gotta get.
So, hey,
I just say we can leave it at that. I said I'm in there. All right? I just said I'm in there.
I'm learning. This is actually
exactly. It's new.
It's my first year doing.
She's winning right now. She up 100. Up 100 to my homegirl I go to school with. So
that's that first dub coming. That first dub coming up.
When I get that dub, I'll be coming y'all way. I'll be coming y'all way. No worries.
Well, yeah, Rod, definitely getting you the chip. Crazy unless any injuries happen. No disrespect to Paige and Rashawn, you know. But
they probably understand. They understand, right?
Don't worry about it. Just let me get my stuff together.
It'll say, yeah, wait.
I mean,
it's next year.
Right. It's
I just gotta learn the league. I gotta learn how to play. Once I gotta
learn all that. Yeah, it's over with.
You gotta work the waiver wire. I mean, it should be like one spot open in the playoffs. I mean, me and Rod got 2 seeds locked up. It's 2 spots. Look like Monica team doing well this year. So.
Oh, Monica cooking. I've been paying attention. She like on top of her roster. She ain't been on the podcast in a minute though. You gotta tell her to pull up. But yeah.
He be in the chat.
Good job.
But yeah, man.
WNBA lit. I don't know why so many folks sleep on it.
Yeah, man.
And they scoring more too. They scoring more this year because when I bet like over the last years, it would just be like just lock the under and you only got to research. Just pick the under on the over under. This year though, got to research it. All of that, like they really scoring now. That's all I got though.
All right. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all coming out. See you guys next week.
You do.
All right,
y'all. Always good talking to y'all.
All right, see y'all.
Bye.